My name is Cheristerlyn Brooks, and I am so grateful on this evening to see you parents and all you young people that have come out to take part in this talk on this evening. I want to take some time and I want to talk about drugs. And I'd like to use for a thought today things that you should know, what you should know about drugs. Because in these days, drugs can be found everywhere. Everywhere you look, you can find drugs. You can find drugs when you go in your house, in your medicine cabinet, there's drugs. When you go in the drugstore, there's drugs. You go in the grocery store, you find drugs. And even on the street corner, you find drugs. And in this day and this time, it seems to be like everyone is doing them. And you will be told as young people in school amongst your peers, oh, come on, do it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. It ain't no big deal, you know. And a lot of times, you know, we'll find yourself getting involved in taking drugs. And I want you to know today that once you start to take a drug, it might start taking it for fun. Because drugs tend to make you feel all kinds of ways. Some people take drugs because of the fact that they're trying to escape their problems. They're going through different things. Sometimes, you know, financial difficulties. People find themselves taking drugs, trying to escape, you know, the chaos and the things that they're feeling, the things that they're encountering. So they'll take drugs only to go to sleep and to wake up and find that they still have that same problem. And I want you to know today that drugs is not the way. And that's one of the reasons that I am here on tonight, is to share with you young people that drugs are not the way. You know, drugs have its good points as well as it have its bad points. Drugs can help you when you have a headache, you know, you have leg pains and different issues, toothache, you know, you take drugs. And sometimes you go to the doctor, parents got high blood pressure, diabetes and different things like that, even young people today. So the doctor will prescribe drugs. So there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also, you have to be cautious because of the fact too, because sometimes you can get caught up to taking prescription drugs and become what they call a prescription junkie. Anybody understand what I'm talking about? You ever heard that terminology before? You've heard about the prescription junkie? Yeah, but medicines can cure you. It can slow and prevent disease. It can help us to live healthier and happier lives. And there's nothing wrong with taking drugs that way. But when you're starting to take drugs, illegal drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, and LSD, and all these type of things, that is not good at all. Those drugs, people a lot of times find themselves, when they get on those type of drugs, they find themselves doing things that are out of their character, find themselves doing things that they normally would not do. But because of they're under the influence of the drug, you know, they'll do those things. Sometimes people have killed people and not even intended to kill them. But because of the fact that they were under the influence of the drug, it caused them to murder. You find people robbing banks, and a lot of times some people rob banks because of the fact that they were under the influence of a drug. Sometimes young people sleep with other young people that they normally would not sleep with because of the fact that they're under the influence of the drug. So drug alters your moods and have you, you know, a total different person from what you are. And so that's what I want to encourage you today, to try and to help you to stay away from illegal drugs. Don't get caught up in the drug scene, the drug thing. And it causes accidents. People driving under the influence of an accident have had accidents and have caused other people accidents. And then those people are killed. And you don't want murder or blood on your hand because of the fact that you got caught up taking some drug or drinking some alcohol, and then someone cost someone their life. So that is why I am here on this evening. I just want to encourage you to stay away from drugs. Drugs have good points, drugs have bad points. Also, that's why we find a lot of times too, a lot of diseases and things are taking place, and we find it rampant amongst our young people. So I just come today to hopefully to prevent and to encourage you to stay away from drugs. Don't get caught up in drugs. Don't care who is doing it. You make up in your mind that I'm going to dare to be different. I'm not going to do drugs, because you have a great life before you, but you don't want to mess it up by getting involved and entangled up in drugs. Any questions on this evening? Everybody have an understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So go back. Save some other young person's life. When they're trying to encourage you to do drugs, make up in your mind, I'm not going to do it, and tell them you don't have to do it either. You're better than that. Come on and let's put your hands